Welcome, Matoro and Nymeria from Volantis. Your presence honors Meereen. What brings such esteemed priests to my city?
The Lord of Light sends his blessings, King Daario. We've journeyed far, guided by visions too dire to ignore.
Prophecies of shadows consuming the world. The great war yet to come.
Wars are always brewing somewhere. I could climb my great pyramid, spit to the wind and hit a wall. But prophecies? I've had my fill of bedtime stories.
I saw a dragon soaring over Westeros. Not black and red like Drogon, but black with emerald eyes. Ancient and terrible. A cannibal. It cast shadows that swallowed cities whole. In its wake, armies gathered. The dead piled under its gaze, and the living cried out in vain. The snow melted, the ice retreated, and revealed the secret shadow. And in the flames, in the shadow, I saw you.
Me? You saw me in the flames?
Standing at a crossroads, one path leading to glory, the other to ash.
I've stood at many crossroads, made many choices, and I built my kingdom. What use do I have for glory?
Arrogance blinds you. The Lord of Light once guided you to this throne. Did you really believe your journey ended here?
My journey is mine to chart, and mine alone. But I have heard whispers from across the sea. Tales of your new dragon rider, Tyrion Lannister, the dwarf who served Daenerys. But whispers aren't enough to move my armies.
He serves her still, carrying her vision of fire and blood. The last living child of Daenerys Targaryen.
He is Azor Ahai, reborn amidst smoke and salt, destined to wield Lightbringer against the coming darkness.
Convenient, isn't it? The imp sprouts wings and suddenly he's your prophesied hero.
You mock what you don't understand. While you've sat idle in your pyramid, growing plump on the fruits of your victories, the world has passed you by.
The flames reveal truths that the eyes cannot see. Denying them won't extinguish the coming storm.
What does Tyrion's war have to do with Meereen? This city has suffered enough.
The Lord of Light calls upon all his servants. Meereen must pledge loyalty to Tyrion.
He is the prince who was promised, and only he can hold back the night.
I've heard enough prophecies to last a lifetime. Daenerys was supposed to be your promised prince. How did that end for you?
Your love for her blinds you.
You're right. I loved her, and I will not live to see her legacy twisted into the imp's banner.
3 dragons born in fire, 3 riders born in blood. Daenerys in betrayal, Jon in sacrifice, and Tyrion in revelation.
The dragon must have 3 heads. Daenerys to break the wheel, Jon Snow to face the night, and Tyrion to fight what comes after.
A dwarf, a bastard, and a dragon queen. Sounds more like the beginning of a bad tavern joke, not a prophecy.
The fighting pits are full of warriors eager for purpose, and the Unsullied grow restless in peace. Meereen must play its part in what's to come.
You expect me to empty my pits, drain my treasury, and send my armies west for a Lannister playing at being a dragon?
Meereen's strength could tip the scales. With your armies we stand a chance, and the world will sing of your city for 1,000 years.
The Lord of Light has shown this to be your destiny.
Everyone has a destiny, right up to the moment steel meets their flesh.
The Unsullied remember their true queen, the breaker of chains. They hear the whispers of destiny too, to fight for the one who carries on in her name. Can you hold their loyalty when their hearts burn for a higher cause?
You've spoken to my armies behind my back.
Faith spreads like wildfire, Your Grace.
They pray in our temples each night, asking Rulor to show them how to honor their queen's memory. And in their prayers, they see the truth.
You dare plot rebellion in my own city.
We seek unity. All who serve the Lord of Light must stand together against the coming storm.
The flames show them Tyrion. He wears the Mother of Dragons' chain of broken links, leading them into battle against the true enemy, the Great Other.
Your Grace, Prince Daario requests your presence urgently.
Thank you. Tell him I'll see him later.
He insists, Your Grace. It's of great importance.
The shadows grow longer. Time is slipping away.
Only united can we face the storm.
Very well. Take me to him.
My answer is no. Meereen will not march to war for any prophecy or dragon rider.
You risk everything with your defiance. The flames that crowned you king can just as easily reduce you to cinders. Remember that when you pray tonight.
You dare threaten a king?
The Lord of Light does not make threats, but defy him, and you'll find this kingdom you've built on sand, washed away by tides you cannot control. The long night will spare no living soul, not even kings on their thrones.
The flames have shown me cities burning. Millions will perish. Such arrogance to think Meereen will stand unaffected.
Meereen has its own concerns, its own peace to maintain.
Your son dreams of dragons. Did you think those visions come from nothing? The Lord of Light has marked him, just as he marked you. Deny his calling, and those dreams may become nightmares.
Please heed my words, Your Grace. In the highest spires of Volantis, in the deepest temples of Ashai, all who watch the flames speak of this moment, this precipice upon which all futures balance.
Enough of these visions. Meereen has its own fate to forge.
You saw yourself die in those flames. A blade in your back, your city in ruin. But the Lord of Light offered you a different path. Just as he offers one now, the flames that saved you can just as easily consume you.
Leave, before I find myself wondering if I've made the right choice by letting you go.
When death engulfs you a second time, Daario Naharis, there will be no salvation, only darkness.
You're troubled, my love. What weighs so heavily on your mind?
Troubled? I'm furious. They come here, threaten me in my own throne room, demand my loyalty to a Lannister.
Perhaps there's wisdom in hearing them out again. A second audience, when tempers have cooled.
You can't be serious. Align with Tyrion. The little man grew on me, it's true, and he served the Dragon Queen well. But I owe him nothing. She is dead, and I will not allow his ambitions to draw Meereen into conflict.
The Lord of Light guided you once before, Daario. Through me. Through our marriage. Through the visions that made you king. Funny how fate shapes us, molds us into what we need to become.
Did you come to me tonight as my wife? Or a priestess?
As both. A loving wife and a willing servant of Rulor. Think of what this opportunity could mean for Meereen. For our future. The strength of a dragon at our call is not something to dismiss lightly.
At our call, or at our throat?
You're letting pride cloud your judgment. The signs are clear. The darkness grows. We need allies, and the Lord of Light offers us a path.
We need loyal subjects, not zealots speaking of prophecies and dragons. Serving the Red God does not make us obligated to join every crusade plucked from a torch on a street corner.
And what of our son? What of Darien's dreams? He is part of this. The blood of a king flows in his veins. His visions grow stronger every night. guided by the same Lord who showed you your path to kingship? Who are we to deny our son his destiny?
Leave Daario out of this. He's too young for these games of thrones and prophecies.
He is our future, Daario. The world is changing. Those who adapt survive. But those who resist...
I must be tired. That almost sounded like a threat.
A plea, my love. Think beyond pride. Consider the greater good. Summon them again tomorrow. Hear them with a rested mind.
My mind is settled.
Stubbornness won't shield us from what's coming. You've stood at crossroads before, but never one like this. The flames show a darkness we've never faced. A storm that could sweep us all away if we stand alone.
Let's go to bed. I've heard enough about the future for one day.
Then hear this instead. Doors once closed can be difficult to reopen. And sometimes the face that looks back from the mirror isn't the one you remember.
What are you implying?
Only that change is inevitable. Even the face of our city could change overnight. Remember, Daario, when you look into the flames, they might not always show you what you wish to see. They might show you what you need to see.
You really believe that sending our soldiers to fight and die for Tyrion would help our city?
If it ensures Meereen's survival, yes.
Our survival rests on our strength here, not on chasing shadows abroad.
The Lord of Light did not change your fate so that we could sit content and watch Meereen rot on the vine in a dying world.
Why must every prophecy begin and end with the death of the world? It's gotten along fine thus far. We should leave it be.
Do you remember when we first met? How the flames danced that night in the temple? How they showed us both our destinies intertwined? The Lord of Light doesn't merely show us our path. He shapes it.
I remember a priestess who spoke of choice, not destiny. Where is that woman now?
I am who I have always been, a follower of the Lord of Light, just as you are, whether you accept it or not.
Enough! I've heard enough. I will speak no more of it.
When the time comes, my love, know that I did try to save you, just as I tried with the others.
The others? What others?
Fate is not as fixed as you believe, Daario. Some of us wear many faces, and some wear none at all.